Hi, this is Deborah at Dinglefoot Scrapbooking, and this week I have a card to show you, and this is one that I made for a bridal shower. So I have this beautiful Cameo, and I cut this from the Cricut Heritage cartridge at 4 inches. And I have my card, and these are all papers from Die Cuts with a View luxury stack. So I have this light blue card for the base, and then I have a smaller piece, just a little smaller than the card front of the dark blue. And then I took a paper the same as this, the next size smaller, and I ran this through with a Cuttlebug embossing folder, and it looks like handwriting, if you can see that. So I have those things. I have a silver glitter flower, and then I also had a piece of silver ribbon, so I'm going to be using that along with a lace ribbon. And otherwise I'm just going to be using a few adhesive jewels to put on my die cut. So I have little tiny round ones, and then I have some square ones. So first of all, I'm going to put the jewels on my die cut. So all I did was add a few down here on this part of the Cameo frame. And these squares, I'm just going to stack them so they look more like diamonds. And I put 3 on my frame, just going down, just to fill in a little bit of the space coming down here. So I'm going to place those on there. And then for the little points on this, the rest of these, I'm going to put tiny little, get down here where the camera is, I'm going to put tiny little circles, just one on each of these little points here. So I'll go ahead and do that. And these tiny little round gems, I'm pretty sure I got them at Hobby Lobby. So I'm just sticking my fingernail in between them, holding one of them down, put my fingernail in between. I don't know what way you like to put these on. Some people prefer to cut them apart and use tweezers, but I found that if you can just get your fingernail down in between them, hold the one in place and just kind of yank them apart with your fingernail. If you can see that there, it just adds so much to the die cut. And then, since these are already joined together, I'm going to make a little necklace right around here. So this just sets off a die cut. If you can add just a little bit extra to it, it really sets it off and makes it look extra special. So that's all I'm really going to do to that, just to make it look a little fancier. And otherwise, we can go ahead and put the rest of this card together. And if you want to know what I did with the inside, I'll try to have a picture up later. But I cut another piece of the blue, and then I cut a piece, I think it was silver, and I put it in here. And then I wrote a verse in Word, Microsoft Word, on my computer. And then I just printed it out and just pasted it right on top of that white paper, and I'll try to show you what mine looked like. So I just kind of repeat the outside on the inside just to make the inside look pretty too. So now we can go ahead and put this together. We're only going to put on this dark blue layer first, and then we're going to add our ribbon to the embossed piece of paper here before we stick that on the front. So I'm just hurriedly placing this on here so it won't take too much time for the video, but I'm using score tape, and of course that's really easy to use for an adhesive. It's a double-sided tape, and you just tear it off. You don't need scissors. Just tear it off and then peel the backing off, and you're ready to go. So this goes right on the front. Oops. Try to get it lined up. Okay, and then for this piece, I'm going to put I think I'll put my die cut on first. This is going to go right about here, and then I'll be able to see where to put my ribbons after I get that on. So, for the sake of time here, I'm going to use a permanent glue stick. And I'll just place this right near the top of this piece of paper. So we'll just press that in place. Make sure that's stuck. And sometimes with a glue stick you have to go back and kind of press it down. And now I'm going to be able to see where to put my ribbon. So I'll lay this on the top here. I think I want my lace to kind of hang off the edge there, just a tiny tad. So I'm going to put some score tape right across here. Just wrap a little piece around the back. Then we can go ahead and peel off the backing. And the lace is going to go first, so I kind of want that down just a little bit. I kind of wanted the flowers to be off the edge of this paper just a tiny bit. And I placed the score tape just a little higher so that I don't really have to add anything for my silver ribbon. So I'll take this piece of silver next, and I'm just going to place that right over the top edge of that lace. And it just gives it a nice little touch, and it covers up that edge of the lace if you want to do that. And the silver also brings out some of the shininess of the little adhesive jewels that we use too. So that is there, and now this is going to go right on the front. And I think since my lace is a little bit thicker on the back, I'm going to use these 3D zots, or the craft zots. So they don't have much height, but they do have a little bit. And I'm actually going to put 9 on here, 3 across the top, 3 in the middle, and this is just so the middle doesn't sink down. Sometimes if you only put zots right on the top and bottom edge, you can tell that there's nothing in the middle because it sinks down just a little bit, and I really don't want that on my card, so. And I'm going to put this one right over top of the ribbon to also help hold that in place. Looks like I just got 8 zots out, but that's okay. We can work with that. This is just going to go right on the front. And then to finish this card off, I'm going to take my glitter flower here, and I'm just going to use some hot glue on that. We will stick that right on the left side there, and then I'm also going to grab an extra little one of my square jewels, and I'm going to press that right in the center of that flower. And this card is finished. Thanks so much for watching.